So a physical inventory. Okay, the topics that we are going to cover in physical inventory, they are, we will see physical inventory overview, preparation for physical inventory, creating physical inventory documents, enter count results and post the differences, performance of the physical inventory, posting of the physical inventory, combine steps in physical inventory, and a physical inventory with batch input sessions, and how to create and run a batch input session. So these are the topics we'll be covering in the physical inventory. Okay. So what is physical inventory? A physical inventory is a process of determining that the inventory quantities are exact, or if there are differences in quantity mentioned physically present and that mentioned in the SAP system. So basically in the physical inventory, you will compare SAP system stock with the actual physical stock in the warehouse. And if there are any differences, you will correct those differences. So normally, let's say you have a material, let's say ABC123. Okay. Now this material, let's say in the SAP the stock is showing, let's say, as 100 pieces. 100 pieces. Okay, but in the physically in the warehouse, physical stock, let's say it is showing, let's say 110 pieces. Okay, now what will happen? Due to this mismatch, your planning will get affected. So actual SAP stock is 100. Now your physical stock is 110 pieces actually. Now let's say your requirement is let's say 10 pieces, or let's say your requirement is uh, 120 pieces. Now already you have 110 pieces physically, but SAP is showing 100 pieces. Now what you will do in this case here, as SAP is showing 100 pieces, you will procure 20 pieces. 20 pieces. Okay, which is extra procurement. Actually, physically 110 is there, so you have to procure only 10 only. But as SAP system is showing the wrong quantity, you will be procuring more quantity. So due to this one, what they do is they periodically check the SAP stock and the physical stock. If there are any mismatches, they will correct that. So that always your SAP stock and your physical stock in the warehouse will match. This process they do through a process called physical inventory. Physical inventory. See, due to various reasons, due to wrong posting or incorrect timing posting, sometimes what happens is there will be a mismatch between SAP stock and your physical stock. So that they will correct through this physical inventory process. Okay. So basically after you are finished with physical inventory, your system and physical stock level must be the same. So once this physical inventory is carried out, your system stock, that means your SAP stock, and your physical stock both should match. Okay. For legal reasons and to facilitate maximum precision in material requirement planning, you are carrying out a physical inventory of the stock management units in the SAP system. That is what they carry out. You carry out physical inventory. Okay. So basically, physical inventory will happen in three phases. Okay. One is creation of physical inventory document. First, they will create physical inventory document. Then they will enter the count. They will do the entry of the count. They will and then they will post the differences if at all existing any. Okay. So basically, physical inventory process will happen in three phases. Okay. So this is the phases of the physical inventory. First, they will create a physical inventory document. They will print it. Okay. Then they will take the stock count physically. Okay. And then they will enter that count in the system. And the third phase is they will analyze the differences. If at all there is any differences, they will post the differences. During that time, system will create a material document and accounting document. That is what will happen. Okay, so this is the phases of the physical inventory. Okay. So basically physical inventory will happen in they will do it in three phases, two types of physical inventory. One is manual physical inventory, which is one is manual. Okay, another one is via batch input session. We will cover both via batch input session. Okay, these are the two methods of doing the physical inventory. Okay, so now let's start with the first one, the manual physical inventory process. So the first step is they create a physical inventory document. They will create a physical inventory document. Okay, so let's log on to the SAP and we will see the process. Okay, just 1 minute. Just 1 minute. Okay, so the transaction code to create the physical inventory document is MI01. MI01. Okay, create physical inventory document. I'll write down the steps here. Okay, the step one, I'll put this as A. Okay, for step one, create PI document. Okay, so they create a physical inventory document. The transaction code is MI01. Okay, you are on the screen. So this is the document date, the date on which you are creating the physical inventory document. Now the planned count date is the date on which you are going to do the counting of the stock. This is our next step. The first date is the date on which you are creating the physical inventory document. Now the next one, the planned count date is the date on which you are, let's say tomorrow you want to do the physical inventory count. So that date will become 0109/2018. So like this you have the planned count date. Okay, now the plant, in which plant you are going to do the physical inventory, and the storage location. Let's say I'll enter one storage location. So I want to do physical inventory in this plant for the store in this storage location. Now the special stock means you want to do it for a particular type of stock. We already discussed this stock in transit, what do you call, parts provided to vendor, what kind of stock you want to do. Okay, special stock if any, or if you keep it blank, it will do it for all the stocks. So as of now I'm keeping it blank. Okay, now what is posting block, what is freeze book inventory, okay, we will discuss later point of time, once we go into the details. As of now we want to consider batches with deletion flag also. Okay, now here you can enter the physical inventory number for reference purpose. Even you can enter the physical inventory reference document number. If you want to enter, you can enter. Okay, so this is the data, you have it on the initial screen. Okay, this is the one, a physical inventory document. A physical inventory document will contain the plant and storage location in which counting is to takes place. Okay, then the date on which the count is to take place, which is called the planned count date, the one which I just explained. Now inside you will enter what, for which materials you are going to do the counting. If it is batch managed, the batch number also you will enter. Okay, whether it is a partial stock, what stock types you are going to count, and status of the item, status of the PI document. I'll show you this in the system. Okay, so now let's go to the inside. So just click on enter. Now system will take you to the screen. Okay, here you will enter the materials for which you want to do the, what do you call, physical inventory. So I'll take some materials. Okay, so let me take these two sorry. Okay, let me take these two materials, cartridge, empty cartridge. These are the two materials we want to do. So now let's take this material, enter the material here. Now I'll enter one more material. For these two materials, I want to do the physical inventory. You can enter more materials also. You can enter more materials also. But as of now, we are just understanding the concepts. So I'm just enter the two materials. Enter. Physical inventory for the materials is already active. Okay, just 1 minute. Let me delete the, just 1 minute. MI0. Just 1 minute. Somebody created, it seems. Zero 096. Just 1 minute. I'm deleting the existing ones. Okay. Now let's create again. MI01. Okay. Enter. 221. What was the material? Just 1 minute. What was the material? 221 and 223 and 223. But 223 also it is active. Just 1 minute. Double four one. Double four one. Just give me 1 minute. Okay. So now let's create again freshly. MI01. Okay. Enter. I'll enter two materials, 221, 223. So I want to carry out physical inventory for these two materials. Okay. Enter. Done. Now you save the document. Okay. So you post it. You post means physical inventory document will get created. Now I am saving it. Okay. See, physical inventory document is created. I'll wrote down the number of the document. Okay. So this is my document. I'll put that document number here. Okay. Now what they do, they will print the PI document. So next step, they will print the PI document. Okay. This I cannot show it in the system because there are a lot of settings to be done. Okay. Normally once they create it, they will print it. Okay. So once they print it, they will do the counting the stock. Count the stock. So before that, we need to understand some concepts. Okay. So once the physical inventory document is created, it will contain two types of data. One is header data, and for each item, you will have a item data. Okay, so now let's go to our physical inventory document, which we created. I'll go to MI02. MI02. Okay, so this is our physical inventory document which we just created, and this is a year. Now go inside. So we have two items here. We have two items here, item 1, item 2. Now to see the header data, you need to go to this header. Okay, so here, now in the header data, if you see, this is the plant count date, the date on which you are going to do the counting, and this is your document date. Okay, now if you see here, count status, if you click on F1, indicates that items from this physical inventory document have been counted. Okay, status A means only some items have been counted. Status X means that all items have been counted. Okay, so as of now it is blank. If it is blank means nothing has been counted. Okay, so this is the status. Okay, you have the status here, adjustment and status. Now once the status is done, there will be adjustment status. Click on F1. Okay, indicates that difference have been posted for this physical inventory document. That means after the counting has been done, whether the difference posting is done or not, that is identified with this status of adjustment posting. As of now, both are blank. Why? Because we have not done anything. We have just created the physical inventory document. And this is the count date is blank, posting date is blank, because we have not yet done the counting and posting. That's why these are blank. Once we complete the remaining steps, those will get updated here. Okay, and I'll come to this posting block Facebook inventory in a minute. Okay, so this is the header status. Now to go to the items, so if you have one item, okay, double click on the item. It will take you to the item status. See, item. So if you see the item, what is the item status? Not yet counted. That means it is not yet counted. Physical inventory status. It is not yet counted. For both items, the status is same now. I'll go to the second item, double click. It is not yet counted. Okay, and this is a material number. Its description. If it is having batch number also you can enter, but these materials are not batch managed. And this is the stock type. This is a stock type, warehouse, where the stock you are going to measure from the warehouse. Okay, and if you want to have alternate unit of measure, that also you can do. Now let's say after certain time, I don't want to do the physical inventory for this material. Let's say I don't want to do for this material. Then you can put deletion flag. Select it, put the cursor on this, put deletion indicator. Then this deletion indicator will get activated here. That also you can do. Or we will add one more item. I'll show you that. Go to change mode. Add edit, click on new entries, new items. I will add one more item. Just 1 minute. I will add, let's say, this one. I will add this one, test 1, 2, 3. Let's see what happens. No batches that can be included exist for 003. Just 1 minute. I'll go to MMB. Okay, let us enter some other material. Let's enter this material. Let's see what happens. No batches can be included in physical inventory exist for. Okay, that's okay, not a problem. I'll not save this. Okay, let's continue with the two items only. So if you want to delete after certain time this item, I don't want to do the physical inventory, put the cursor on that item, just click on this button, deletion indicator. Then this deletion indicator will get activated. That you can do it in the item level. Okay, so now in the document header, you can change the plant count date. So once the physical inventory document is created, you can do these things. Okay, one is in the document header. I'll go to header again. You can change the plant count date. If you want to change the plant count date, you can change it. Okay, set or unset the posting block. You can do this one. Posting block set or unset. You can do that. Freeze or unfreeze book inventory. This also you can do. This also you can do. Specify or change a physical inventory number, reference and name. This you can modify also if you have given previously. These changes you can do at the header level. Okay. Now for item level, change the stock type. Again, I will go to item overview. At item level, double click on the item. In the item, sorry, we are on the display mode, right? Just item level, you can do only stock type. You can change. You can change the stock type. Okay, and you can change the alternate unit of measure. If you want to do, you can change that. And even you can enter the new items. As I said, enter the new items. If you want to enter the new items, edit new item. That can be done. Or you can delete the entire document. You can delete the entire document like the one which I did previously. So go to physical inventory document, additional function, delete. This will delete the entire document, total document. Either you can delete one item, one or more item level you can delete, or if you want to delete the entire inventory, physical inventory document, you will do by doing this function. So that is the changes you can carry out once the physical inventory document is created. Okay. So now the next one is you will enter the count results. So now we created the physical inventory document. You print it. Now you enter the count. Okay. So the count, to enter the count, first they will count the stock and they will enter the results. Enter the count results. Enter the count results. First they will take the stock. They will check the physical stock and then they will enter the count results in the system. Okay, so the transaction code is MI04. MI04. Okay, so they go to this transaction MI04. Okay, enter inventory count. So you enter the physical inventory document you created, enter the year, count date, enter. User QM blocks. Just somewhere it is open now. Sorry. Okay, I'll come out of this. Okay, enter. So now we are here. We are here. Okay, so now whatever the stock they enter physically, they will enter here. So now let's say this is my material. Let's check the stocks of these materials. This material, what is the SAP stock? I will check. So in the SAP, go to new selection. So in the SAP, the stock is 110, 110. And now for other material, what is the other material? This material. Let me check the stock for this material. Okay. Now for this material, the stock is this much. Okay, this is the SAP stock. This is the SAP stock. Okay, now what I will do, I'll enter the physical stock for this material. Let's say my physical stock, I found out is, what is SAP stock? 110, but my physical stock, let's say 120. 120. I entered it. Okay, I entered 120. For this item, I have not entered the count. Now I am saving this. Okay, count entered for the physical inventory document. Now if you go to the document again, if you go to the document, MI03, if I go to the document, enter. Now if you go to the header, see, now the count status has changed to A. A means what? Function F1. Status A means that only some items have been counted. We have two items, but we have done the counting for only one item. That is why status has become A at the header level. Automatically system has updated. Now if you go to the overview, first item, if I go double click, see what is the status now? Now status changed to counted. For first item, the status has been changed to counted, and the quantity we entered is 120. Book quantity is SAP quantity. Book quantity means SAP quantity. In the SAP, the quantity is 110 and our physical quantity is 120. Okay, put this as versus. Okay, so the status got changed to counted. Now if you go to the second item, double click on the second item. See, still second item not yet counted because we have not done the entry. So automatically system will update everything in the physical inventory document. Okay, so now let's do it for the second item also. So we are here, we are entering the physical inventory count, we are entering. Okay, so now let's do it for the second item also. Okay, now go to again mi04, mi04 again you go. Okay, enter. Now for the second item I will enter. So second item, the SAP stock is this one, 9890. Let's say I have a stock of 9800. Let's say I'm entering less quantity. Okay, for second item also I entered the physical count. Now post it, save it. So count entered for the second item. Now again, if you go to the physical inventory document, if you go to the physical inventory document, mi03, enter. Now go to the header. Now what is the status now? X. It got changed to X. If you go to F1, see, status X means that all items have been counted. Okay, system automatically will change. Okay, now go to the items overview. Now for both items, it is counted. Okay, second item I will go. Both items counted. Now for second item, this is a physical quantity we entered. This is the system book quantity, and this is the difference quantity 90 minus. So this is how you will enter the physical stock in the system. Okay, now the last step is you post the differences. You post the differences. Okay, so the difference posting is done through mi07. Okay, go to mi07 transaction. mi07. Post inventory difference. Enter the physical inventory document number. Inventory document number. Enter the fiscal year. Okay, enter. See now, this is the quantity. For the first material, this is a quantity difference. Second material, this is a quantity difference. Okay, now once you do the post, the stocks will get adjusted. So now this first material, what is the first material? This is the first material. Okay, this is the first material. If I go to the first material selection, what is the current stock? SAP stock 110. Now we are posting the difference. Then this stock will become automatically 120. It will match with the physical stock once I post the differences. Okay, so now let's go. I'll post, and at the same time, second material also stock will get adjusted. It will become, what was the count we entered? 9800. Now once I post the differences, SAP stock also become this stock. So both will be matching. Your SAP stock and your actual physical stock both will be matching. So now I am posting the difference. Post it. So differences in physical inventory document posted with material document number. This is how you post the differences. Okay. So post the difference. When you post the difference, see, this is what we have done. We see the difference list and we posted the differences. When you post the differences, system will create a material document and it will create an accounting document also. Both it will create. Okay. So now let's check the stocks. So if you go to the stock, first material, if I refresh the screen, see, stock has become 120. Stock has been changed. Okay. Now if you go to the material movements, put the cursor on the stock, go to material movements. See, it is 701. 10 got added. And this is a material document number. Okay, the movement type is 701. With 101 movement, we received the stocks, and with 701 movement, we adjusted the stock through physical inventory process. Okay, and for the second material also, if we go to the second material, new selection, see, it has become 9800. 9800 automatically got adjusted. Okay, now if I right click, go to material movements, see, it is 702. addition is 701, subtraction, that means less, making the quantity less is 702, and this is a material document. So this is how physical inventory is carried out. Physical inventory is carried out. Now if you go to the material document again, if you go to the physical inventory document MI03, okay, again I'm going to physical inventory document. Now first go to the header. If you go to the header, adjustment status now got updated. Previously it was blank. So if you go to F1, click on F1, see, status X means that differences have been posted for all items of the physical inventory document. The document can now be archived. So that means now status A means that inventory difference have been posted for only for some of the items, but we posted for the two items. That is why it is showing status as X. Status as X. And now see, the count date and posting date both got updated here. Previously these two were blank. Now they got updated. Okay, now if you go to the items, go to item overview. If you double click on the item, see, now the status is counted and adjusted. Both. Previously it was only counted, it is adjusted. Now you can see all the data here. Quantity, book, SAP quantity, other physical quantity, difference in quantity, how much it is adjusted, all those things you can see it here. And this is a material document number. Okay, now if you go to the second item, double click on the second item, see, it is counted and adjusted. And this is a material document number. Okay, so all those data you can see it here, and from here you can go to the material document also. Put the cursor here, go to display material document. It will take you to the material document number. This is a material document number. Okay, so this is how it will be carrying out the, what you call, you will carry out the physical inventory. Okay, now we understood how what changes you can do once you create the physical inventory document. But if you have already entered physical inventory count results in the PA document, but not for all items, you can then only make the following changes. Okay, so once you enter the count for some items, you can set or remove the posting block. You can freeze or unfreeze the book inventory. You can set the deletion indicator for each item, or you can delete the document completely. Okay, and enter or change physical count results also. So this is after entering the results for some items. This also you can. Okay, so this is done. This is the one. Okay, so when you create the physical inventory document, the status will be not yet counted. When you enter the count, the status will be counted. Okay, and when you post the differences, status will get changed to counted and adjusted for the items. This already I have shown you in the system. And even you can do the recount also. When you do the recount, the status will get counted and recounted. That is also will happen. That is also you can do. Okay, so which is called recounting. So when you do the recounting, system will create a what do you call another physical inventory document. That's what system will do. So this is how the status will get updated when you are carrying out physical inventory process. Okay, so now we will discuss on that posting block and freeze book inventory. So blocking goods movement. So what it means is, when you are carrying out physical inventory process, somebody may post the stocks again, or issue or posting. To block that one, you will do this posting block. So let's say you created a physical inventory document. Okay, that time the stock was 250. Now once if you activate posting block, okay, now what during that period, system will not allow you to do any kind of what do you call stock postings. There will be a posting block. You cannot do anything. Okay, now you enter 255 as the counting result. Okay, now once you enter the count and you remove the posting block, let's say somebody added 75 stock to the count. So now your total stock will become 325, 325, and when the difference is posted, again if somebody posted 45 stock, then the stock will become 325 plus become 375 plus that stock difference, that 5 stock difference will get added here. Okay, so that is what called posting block. That means during that period nobody will be able to do any kind of postings to the stock. That is called posting block. So basically during that period you will be blocking the goods movement for that particular material. That is what called blocking the goods movement. So that you can do it here. If you go to the MI02, MI02, if you go here, go to the header. Now it cannot be done because it is grayed out, because already you have done the posting and everything you have done. Suppose if I create a new one, I'll create a new physical inventory document, MI01. I'm creating a new one. Okay, sorry, I'll go back here. Posting block. I'm activating posting block. Okay, enter. Now I'll enter only one material. 221, enter. Okay, now I'm saving this. Okay, I created a new physical inventory document. Go to change mode. Okay, now if you go to the header, we have the posting block, correct? Now for this material, what is my material? Go to overview. This is my material. If I try to do some GR or posting, you see what error you will get. I'll save this. I'll save this document. Okay, now I'll try to do some what do you call some postings. Let's say Migo. I'll try to do some GR. Good receipt, other. Okay, if I try to do, you see what will happen. Okay, I'll check. See what error you are getting. Material block due to a physical inventory. As we have maintained the posting block indicator, until that posting block is removed, you cannot do any stock postings for that material. You are getting that error. So that is the use of posting block. Okay, blocking the goods movement. Now the next one is freezing book inventory. So what is this freezing book inventory? Means, let's say on the day when you create the physical inventory document, the stock is 250. Okay, you have not put any posting block, but you have maintained as freezing book inventory. So when you activate this freezing book inventory, during this period the users can do the postings. So let's say they did a GR of 100. Okay, they did GR of 100. Okay, that is okay. Stock is 250. After that they issued 60 stock. Okay, they counted the stock. Count is 255. Counted it. Okay, but they have not posed the difference. Okay, so now after this they issued a stock of 60, then the stock will become 190. Okay, then they received 75, then the stock will become 265, then again they issued 50, stock will become 250 some days on 27th, 28th, 29th. Okay, only on the 26th day they only did the counting, but they have not posted the difference. Now, on the 30th day, again they received 45 stock. So overall stock has become 260. Now, on the day when they post the count, the stock will become 265. Because when they did the counting on 26th, the difference was 5. So that 5 will get added to the existing stock. So that means if you do freezing book inventory, during that period you can do stock postings till you post the differences. And the difference will get added to the existing stock on the day which you post the differences. That is the freezing book inventory. Interview question. In the interviews they'll ask this question. What is freezing book inventory? Okay, so this is how the freezing book inventory will happen. Okay. So now the next one, this is the one. So when you do the physical inventory posting results, the losses in the inventory will get added to the losses inventory account. That's what will happen. It will, the stock accounts will get updated, and the corresponding stock loss account will get updated in the finance. That is from the finance side. Okay. So now we will see physical inventory with batch input session. So now the one which we understood is manual one. So normally in the real time, you will, in your plant, you will have lot of materials. So entering each and every material in the physical inventory document will take a lot of time. Okay, so that is why normally in the real time they will do this physical inventory via batch input session. Okay, so that is the one. So here what they do is, here this batch input session can be carried out in three phases. They create the physical inventory document, enter the count, and then post the differences. Three separate phases they can do, or they will enter the count and they will create the physical inventory document at the same time, and then they will post the differences. Or they can do, means here with batch input session you have the option of clubbing the phases as per your requirement, or you create the physical inventory document, then you enter the count and post the differences at the same time. So you are clubbing the phases 2 and 3, 2 and 3 into one's phase. Okay, so that's how you can do. Or sometimes they enter the count directly, post the differences, that time physical inventory document is created. All the three phases into one. That also can be done. But most widely used is, first they will create the physical inventory document, then they enter the count and post the differences. That's what they will do. Okay, so you have the different transaction codes here. MI31, first they create the batch input session, then they will process it through SM35. That time system will create the physical inventory document, and then they will post the differences through MI08. That is what they will do. Okay, so now we will do that with batch input session. Open system. Let me log in again. Okay, so for the batch input session, the transaction code is MI31. MI31. Okay, so let's go to MI31. Okay, this is a one. This is a transaction. Here you can enter a lot of materials at one shot, at one go, by clicking on this button. Or enter the plant, enter the storage location, L000, and you can enter the material type also. Okay, like let's say I want to do it for all the material types, ROH. Okay, enter that one. Now here, this is the name of the session. This is a standard SAP convention, naming convention. Now here it will generate a batch input session, and how many items you want per document, 20 or more you can have. As of now I'll keep it blank. And what stock types it has to select, that you can add it here. Just click on the button, this button you click, it will get open. Okay, I want to do stock count only for unrestricted use stock, deactivate quality inspection. Okay, and maximum number of documents, I'll make it blank. Okay, done. Now as of now it will generate a batch input session. Now just execute. See, it has created total number of stocks, materials are this one. This many materials are there. Okay, total number of stock management units, physical inventory 90. Number of errors are not there. That's okay. Okay, so now, so batch input session got created. Okay, so now what they do, they go to SM35, and then they will process the that batch input session. So go to SM35. Okay, here see, it is got created on my name, today's date. This is the session name, standard SAP convention. So they select this, just they process it. So when they process it, system will create a, what do you call, physical inventory document. Instead of entering by each and every material, you can do it at one shot. So click on the button process. Okay, process for background, extended log, expert mode. I'll select this one and process. Okay, one session transferred to this one. Okay, now let's go to the log. Okay, okay, let's go back to SM35. Let's check again. Okay, it is completed, it seems. It is completed. Okay, so now go to log, and this one, log without session. If you go to display, see, this is a physical inventory document got created. Okay, automatically in the background, this is a physical inventory document got created. So select the document. Now you can see it in MI03. Okay, MI03. You go to MI03, enter the physical inventory document number, enter the year. So it got created. It created for 9 materials, 2 materials only, but with batches. Okay, for remaining ones, it is already counted actually. So that's why it is created. This many items are there. Okay, so this document got created automatically in the background. So once it is done, they will post the differences, count and post the differences through MI08. So this is my document. Take the document MI08. Okay, enter the document. See now here, post, count and difference. So you are doing 2 steps in one go. This is a one. We created the inventory document, count, entering the count and posting the difference they will do. So they will go inside, enter. So here they will enter the count, they will enter the count here and then save it. Once they save it, difference also will get posted. Now I have to enter the quantities one by one. In real time, they will take the stock on a paper and then they will enter the count here and then they will post it here. So both will happen at one shot. Okay, so this is happens through batch input session. Okay, so instead of entering one by one manually, they will use this transaction which I told previously. MI31. MI31. Even you can do it at plant level also. Don't enter any material type. Execute. It will create a batch input session for all the materials in this plant in this storage location. Okay, and even this maximum number of documents per item means for every 20 items it will create a separate document. Now let's say I want only one document, then make it blank. This already we discussed. Okay, so this is how, or you want to, let's say, do it for 100 materials. What you do, you copy that 100 materials over here from a Excel file. That is also can be done. Okay, so this is for the generating the batch input session. Okay, so with this we have completed the, what you call, physical inventory process.